Hey everyone, welcome back to the homestead. Mike again with Hills and Haulers Homestead, and it's time to get caught up and try to get ready for this storm that's coming in. What they've been calling it a once in a generation storm. We're going to have a little bit of snow, like 1 to 3 inches is what they're calling for our area. They're talking for pretty significant wind chills, cold temps, and even up to 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And I think I read somewhere like upwards or low as minus 17 with the wind chills. So we'll see what it brings. I mean, honestly, at this point, I've lived in West Virginia for 51 years. I lived through the blizzard of 78 and every one since then. So I mean, it's really no big deal to me at this point. And I know that doesn't take away from other folks who aren't prepared or anything like that, but you know, that's something that we've always worked towards, was being ready and be prepared for things. And so what I did today was I come out here just as soon as I got off work. I'm always chasing the sunlight this time of year. Bells, and I stacked them up on the back side here on the inside of the pig palace, and then I put a couple up towards the front corners there, and that'll help block the wind. I'm not going to put any more in there. I'm not going to block that whole top off, but I did that to kind of give them a wind break. They're good on the sides. And then because it's so muddy right now, I mean, it's low 40s and it's rained most of the day, it's still misting a little bit. But what I'll do tomorrow evening, because it's supposed to drop down to like 27, so once this mud firms up a little bit, there's a bunch of hay and straw on the floor in there now, but because it's so wet, I don't want to go throw a bunch of hay in there and just get it wet again for, you know, in the interim until the cold weather comes. So what I'll do is I'll wait till about this time tomorrow evening, and then I'll just go in and throw a couple hay bales in there and spread them out. Or I'll do the same thing. He's still got his little igloo hut there that he can still fit in, and I'll go in there and I'll fluff up and throw some fresh hay in there, and I'll throw a bunch of hay over top of that igloo to kind of help give him that little added bit of insulation. But as far as the chickens go, not worried about them. They're in their coops. That's what it is. Hey, God, that's a 1/2-inch OSB with 1x6 white oak siding on that thing. So though it's not insulated on the inside, that's still a significant degree of insulation in there. And of course the windows are closed, so I'm not worried about the chickens because there's no draft or anything in there. Rabbits are fine. They're good to probably what, -5, -15 below. They're sheltered up. They're wrapped up most of the way around. So I'm not worried about that at all either. I just want to see this mud get frozen so I can get in there and throw that hay down for them, so these guys will get in there. And I mean, these big behemoths in there all cuddled up together, it's not going to be an issue. And if I can keep Peppa from going in there and rubbing her butt all over the hay, because that's what, every time I took a hay bale in, she'd come in behind me and just felt the need to rub that big 400-pound booty all over it. And I think she's trying to tell me she was scratching, but I think she just spreading her scent. The biggest girl. But that's just a little bit of things that we're doing to get ready for whatever's going to come. I mean, we've got food put away. We've got a standby generator. I got firewood. We got a wood stove. I have literally heated my house for the last 2 weeks on nothing but the wood stove. And it just keeps that whole house nice and toasty. Matter of fact, there's been days I've come up and just sweat pouring off my head because it gets up to 73 degrees in there. And it's a different kind of heat with wood heat. And if you've got wood heat or ever lived with wood heat, you know what I'm talking about. That floor gets so daggone warm from where the wood stove's in the basement, and it just warms you to the bone. But 73 degrees in that kind of heat, now I'll tell you, it's warm. So I'm not worried about that. And of course, like I said, backup generator, standby generator on natural gas. Got a generator in the building that runs on gasoline. It's filled up. Everything's ready to go. Okay. And that's what I want to tell you, because 9 times out of 10, if you're watching this video, you're subscribed to this channel, you're more than likely at least in the same region. I know a lot of you are, that we are, depending on where you're at and what your interpretation of West Virginia. We're neither north nor south. We're either the southernmost northern state or the northernmost southern state. Neither one of them want to claim us, and we just really particularly don't care. Because we're our own unique culture. We're 100% Appalachian, the whole entire state. So you can be north, you can be south, whatever you want to be. We're just going to be Appalachian and live our lives like we have for several hundred years already. But we're ready for it. We're prepared. There's a couple folks in the hollow that we've reached out to that we know that if something goes wrong, that they would have a tough time, and told them, say, hey, you need anything, you call us. If you need food, you need a place to stay, you need to be a refugee for a while, you know, just let us know. I mean, because it's no big deal. I'm sitting here in a side-by-side now. If I can't get the side-by-side out, I'll get the tractor out. One way or another, I get down to them. So I got the freezer to start storing and mixing my chicken feed in. Friends of ours gave it to us. It's old. It's an old Sears and Roebuck cold spot, and it's a big one. That's what we wanted. And like I said, it doesn't work, and I don't care. I didn't need it to work. I grabbed a buddy and we went to cook that thing up, and oh my gosh, if that thing is close to 300 pounds, I'm telling you, it's ridiculous how heavy that thing was, and I had no idea. And I mean, it's empty, and the lid was off of it because they had to take the hinges off to get it out the door. So they just went ahead and left the hinges and the lid off of it. And man alive, is that thing heavy. I'm gonna tell you, we struggled getting that thing up in the back of the truck. So we got it. It's still in the back of the truck. I'll throw the forks on the tractor and get that thing off there. And I have to do that by Monday because I was supposed to go tomorrow, or Saturday, Christmas Eve. The feed mill is going to be open. I was going to go Saturday and get the feed for the pigs and pick up a ton of it. But I just decided now, with the weather being the way that it's going to be and everything, we've got Monday off as a holiday. So I'll just, I'll go up Monday and get it. And that way I'm not trying to fight weather and you know, blue butt cold weather and everything else. So we'll just get it Monday, and that'll give me time to get things kind of situated and sorted and move things around and have room for all that feed in the building up there. But all the animals are taken care of. They're squared away. I got to go down and just water the bunnies and top their feed off and everything like that, and I'll check on the chicken stuff here. And other than that, I think everybody's good. So I'm not going to be chasing sunlight anymore because it's already gone and there's too many clouds to see it. So anyways, folks, with the coming storm, I hope you guys are prepared. Make sure you have a contingency in place for loss of power, loss of utilities of all kinds. Make sure you have a contingency plan for staying warm. Have a place to go. Contact neighbors you know who might have a fireplace or a wood stove. If something happens, say, hey, can I come over and get warm or something like that? Just reach out to your neighbors and your friends if you need anything. Don't try to go it alone, because there's no reason we would have to do anything like that. So in the meantime, get prepared, stay prepared. Can't say it enough. Take care. God bless.